Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to another StockX post-market recap. And today's we're just going to get straight to the point and discuss what happened in today's market and also go over what's going to be happening going forward. So in our Twitter channel, we shared a lot of intel about the market. We said that the S&P 500 estimated weekly high was around 5570. So in our market sentiment report, which we prepared during the beginning of the week, this was provided by from us to our members on September 22nd on a Sunday. You can see all that information is there with the estimated weekly high that we gave at 5570. This is timestamped. You don't see any edits, and you can see that that's over there. Okay, now with that timestamp, you can see exactly where we stopped and where did the market start to see a lot of weakness. Another thing as well that we tweeted here confirming that 5770, we will start to see a major pullback. At that point, that's when we knew exactly that we had to take profits on our LRCX, which we had swung. So if you guys, remember, we spoke about MU earnings and how that could impact the semiconductor space. So that detail was very, very important here. Now in our morning call, we actually discussed a few trades that would have definitely had worked. So in our morning call, which we provide the summary, which was today at 9:02 a.m., we actually this is the aftermath recording. We reminded traders to take profits on LRCX and market open to protect the gains, because we did see that the market would fail and it would go to 5747. Traders should consider new positions on NVDA 130 call. We were looking at other arms, DELL 124. So why do we consider those calls? The reason is because NVIDIA was at a potential breaking point over here. You can see that it stopped exactly at my 127 right off the bat there. And this is basically timestamped, been giving this to our members beginning of the week. Now this trade was a beautiful trade that we also gave to our members. That was actually 80% winner right off the bat that we gave. So if we go to the beginning of the day in our chat room, you can start to see that the first moment that we took so we sold our LRCX calls there, and pretty much we took the NVIDIA 130 calls here. Okay, so I did this as a very small position. I have tons of profits. Okay, so the moment this trade was called, and I always tell my members, if the trade gives you more than 50%, I did my job. It's up to you to decide when you want to take profits. This thing started to really go insane, and we basically see that it went beyond 75%, almost 80% on this trade, because it was near the bullish breakout zone. It was about to rip. What caused the massive drop on NVIDIA, and you can see that it pretty much paused on our level 1 bullish support, was the SMCI news that happened later throughout the day. The Broadcom that we decided to take was basically purely that it was in the bullish breakout zone, and we've seen that as an opportunity that it could rip. But unfortunately, semiconductors start to move back once that news came out. So those were the part of the trades that we definitely had success on, and we pretty much was doing good. The Broadcom 180 calls, they went a high of 30%, but so far it's a failed play until it gets above 50% or higher. So those were the two trades that we've seen here. Now we had almost a perfect intraday trades with our SPX plays. Okay, and I want to talk about this in great detail with you guys as well, because this is going to be pretty much very important to understand how the overall STX model works. So in our trading channel right over here, the first play that we decided to take was basically the SPX 5770 call at 2.3. Why do we decide to take that play? Well, it was because it hit our level 1 bullish inflection point. So we knew that the market had strong semiconductors, and pretty much the market was ripping off that alone. The MU news was taken out, but the banks and the other sectors were weak. So we decided to take that play here, play the massive support. So it decided to dump right off our estimated weekly low. We took this all the way up to the WAP here, and we literally made in around 15 minutes. So sorry, from in around 20 minutes. I'm sorry about that. In around 20 minutes, we banked over 50% on that SPX play. So that was a perfect sell. The second trade that we decided to take was SMCI puts. Now this had to do with the bad news that happened on SMCI, and the news is that they got a probe by the Justice Department for fraudulent actions. So this caused the stock to really crater. Now the fear on this stock was based off the data centers, and that's what caused NVIDIA to fail. Okay, and when NVIDIA fails, they start to sell everything else in the semiconductor space, and because of that, the market literally reversed and went lower to our level 2 bearish inflection point. Now we knew that at this point, this level 2 bearish inflection point is the point that you want to basically focus on your puts. At level 2, you can do a couple things. You can play a call to level 1 bullish if you wish. You just have to make sure that you treat it as a quick play, and that you know, either add some time or buy closer to the money. So with that in mind, I don't usually give level 2 pops for small accounts. It's not good. We gave it for we gave 57.70 call for small accounts, and we gave in retaliation with that, we gave the SPY 5.4 calls for small account, which went to 50%. So the small account people made money off that. But once it went to level 1 bearish, you can see here that we decided to get SPX 57.30 puts at 11.58. So that was right over here. You can see right there that's timestamped 11.58, just at our level 1 bearish. Okay, the reason why we played the rejection is because the premiums have cooled down, and the premiums were at the optimal point. So as soon as we got in, we took that downturn over here. This premium actually went to 2 to 6, but we wanted to treat it as a quick play. We got another 50%, and whenever it's a 50%, I decide to sell it to add more profits, because we want to take it as a quick play. You can see right over here that from 11.58 to 12 o'clock, that was literally 7 minutes that we made over 50% return. So we're finding these amazing plays by literally trading our inflection points, and our inflection points is given right over here, time-stamped, level 1 bearish, 57.47. We mentioned in our gamma report that that would be the first support that would come, and the next one would be 57.32, which it confirms the trend. This only happened because of the SMCI news that happened today, so that was key to note. Okay, besides all that, we took that, we put an order to buy SMCI as a additional trade as a follow-up. That got filled. It did manage to go around up 35%, but we're swinging these because it's a hero or zero. Expect zeros based off the news. We also got bought SPY 57.30 put here. I said this was a high risk play. It did go up 30%, didn't hit my 50% minimum target for all accounts, but you guys will note that it didn't go along with any sort of small account, because I know that as a small account, every trade must be hit, and when something is too high risk, you want to avoid it. So this trade didn't end up working out. We didn't sell it, we let it close to a zero. I did it a smaller size, it was with profits, and we always acknowledge that in our report right over here, that it didn't hit our standard 50% minimum target, so that went to shit. But this is the type of guidance that you get in my mentorship program moving forward. Okay, now with that in mind, let's talk about what's happening moving forward. Now moving forward, we have a core PCE, so this can definitely move the markets. So I spoke about NVIDIA needs to gap through 127 to start to go here. Calls can start to work for next week, so we're watching this. I'm actually starting to watch Tesla as well, seeing that it's at the 50-day moving average. I would preferably like to see this move a little bit lower. If it gets to the 50-day moving, the 200-day moving average over here, that's going to be a very hard play. I think Tesla may slow its pace down you can see it rejected exactly around my level 3 bullish inflection point here as well. And in my report, this was given beginning of the week, and this is time stamped just like everything else. You guys can see that over here. Okay, SMCI, pretty much this thing was being halted, and we just found a good opportunity where the premiums weren't so cheap, so we took it down all the way to around 390. We knew that this was a strong support with the halts in mind, so we sold it here. It actually went to around 372, but that level didn't hold so well. You can kind of see that 390 was a primary support. The news was so bad, it popped, and this 410 became another resistance point where it started to reject. AMD, so AMD went and bounced right off our 164 inflection point. It's in the breakout zone, very strong and bullish in this zone here. Once again, you can see that 164 very strong. You can see right over here, Broadcom, we decided to take it because it was in the bullish breakout zone. It failed to hold, and it retested and closed right near our level 2 bullish inflection point. This here confirms a trend, so it's very possible that going into tomorrow that Broadcom can start to move. Now, I don't think it's going to move 10 points here, but it does have an opportunity to really rip, so be aware of that. Any call that's within 180 or less has an opportunity to make money in Broadcom for tomorrow if chips are strong. ARM, it was very close. At first, they rejected our 149. Then when it opened up stronger, it failed to hold because chips. So ARM can also start to explode if it gets through 150 here. Dell, we were looking at this initially, but the SMCI actually helped this get through here. So this was one stock that didn't crater, and the reason for that is because the investors thought SMCI bad news means good news for Dell. They have more potential to earn more business, and that's why this started to move. So this here literally held a level 2 bullish support, and then now it's going to level 3, which is going to have a lot of resistance there. LRCX went way above and beyond our estimated weekly high, bounced off 830, and literally back there again. The news was supported by MU and all that, and pretty much ASML slightly off our measurements. We didn't touch that either. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now, and we see that the levels are very accurate. They've been proven to help us make decisions whenever we hit level 1 or level 2. Trend confirms, and that's how we know exactly what to do in different scenarios. So we hope you guys enjoyed this market recap. We'll see you guys in the next one, and if you guys want to check out our mentorship program to generate these consistent plays, have a meeting with me one-on-one, because not only do I do these market recaps, but today I had over 4 coaching sessions with all my members, and everyone has an opportunity to sit down with me, go over their problems, and go over on how we can set up a strategy to make you into a profitable trader. We always follow up with these sessions to see that are you making progress. So not a lot of services spend this amount of time with their service providers, but in the StockX mentorship programs, that's what we're all about. We're here to make sure that you have a mentor, that you have someone that you can speak to, and also share your issues or anything like that, so that we can have a plan in place to help you become a successful trader down the path. Even though that the trades are amazing, I can assure you that the coaching is literally 10 times better than the trades that you see in my room. And not only have I been posting consistent trades and alerts, you guys been seeing that literally happening every day, but the mentorship is something that is insanely awesome. And a lot of traders that had blown accounts, issues in the past with trading, they've seen so much incredible success through this mentorship program, and I hope these videos kind of encourage you to consider it. The first payment that you do in the StockX mentorship program is 50% off for a reason, because we want you to test it out, see if you like it, and it could always be canceled if it's not working for you. But for most people that get a mentor, I've noticed considerable success, and that's why I refuse to not include any package without that service. We are not a alert service, we're a mentorship program. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick market recap. I'll see you guys in the next one, and like always, let's get that money.